Hey, how are you? In this video, I'm going to give you 11 tips to build a highly profitable insurance agency that dominates the market. So I'll go straight into it, no BS, straight to the point, 11 tips. Let's get into it. All right, so tip number one, the most important thing that you need to have to build a highly profitable insurance agency is to have clear set goals, whether that's monthly goals and annual goals and then short-term goals for the next couple years. Make sure they're outlined clearly, exactly what you want to do, how you see it happening, and reviewing those regularly. If you don't know what your goal is, your ship is basically sailing in any direction it goes, and it could end up on the rocks. So make sure you have very clear, defined goals. The next thing is, tip number two is you need to believe in your product. You need to 100% be sold on whatever it is you're selling, auto, home, life insurance, commercial products, anything across the board. The number one sale you'll ever make in your life is selling yourself first, because when you believe something, you're able to transfer that certainty and that belief to your customer and allows them to move on with the sale and to purchase the product. The only thing between you and the sale is you. So make sure you believe in your product. Next tip, tip number three is you need to have a lot of leads. You need to have a lot of opportunities, whether you're buying leads, generating them on your own, out and about, networking, cold calling. I believe the phone is a lot faster than going out and door knocking. You can make 100 calls by the time you do 5 doors. So I'm a big believer in cold calling or generating leads through email marketing, text messages, or buying them if you have to. But generating opportunities, a lot of opportunities is how you build something successful. The more, the better. Tip number four, you need to be extremely efficient with the follow-up and the back end too. You can't just be focused on the first time sale, the first time pitch. It's also huge on the follow-up. They say the gold is in the follow-up. So on average, it usually takes about 6 to 7 contacts to a potential customer before you actually even close the deal. So make sure you have an efficient system and process for yourself, whether it's texting, emailing, calling, to follow up with people after they show interest. The gold, like I said, the gold is in the follow-up. Tip number 5 is following up on previous year's leads, not just the first time around. Let's just say you go through all 5, 6, 7 contacts that first time trying to win the business. It doesn't work out. Making sure you have a system in place where it notifies you and allows you to reach out to them again the following year, not just the first year, second year, third year. Once they become an opportunity in your business, they need to stay inside the business, an opportunity for years to come. Don't give up on the first year. Those always do come back. Tip number 6, learn to cross-sell opportunities in policies. Each customer you have, usually, you start off with one policy. Usually each customer has an opportunity, if you have those products available for commercial, personal, and life insurance. On average, each customer should have about 3 to 4 policies with your agency. If you're only selling the first policy, you want to double down and go deeper with your own customers you have now. Don't always be in this rat race of chasing new customers all the time. Sometimes your best customers and your best sales are literally underneath you right now. Like, you have it in your book right now. You're sitting on a gold mine and you're walking on acres of diamonds. So make sure that you are uncovering your diamonds within your own book. It's the easiest thing you can do. They already trust you. They've already given you their payment information before. Like, you are their advisor. So give them a call. Don't be salesy to your own customers. Just call them. Just say, hey, just checking in. Wanted to do a review on your policy. This looks good. Just wanted to make sure you're comfortable with that. Your name came up in my system and wanted to review that with you. By the way, I noticed that you don't have life insurance. Who do you have at the moment for life insurance? Or what policy do you have in place for yourself at the moment? Oh, you don't have one? Great. Let's get you a quote, Mike. Perfect. Number 7, asking for your referrals from your actual customers as well. Like I said, you're walking on acres of diamonds on your own book of business and you're sitting on gold. They already trust you. They like you. They've already given you a Google review. So might as well just say, hey, Mike, do you know anyone else that might be able to benefit from our services as well, like a friend or anybody? We would love an opportunity to help them in your state. Maybe you can send them a little gift as a thank you and say, hey, Mike, maybe I can send you a little gift as a thank you for referring me. I would really appreciate it. We're a small business. We rely on referrals. Do you know anybody else that might be able to benefit? Super easy question. I know it's a little uncomfortable, but once you have that built up trust, throw that one sentence in there. It's another deal sitting right there in front of you. So go for it. Tip number 8, focus on big customers. Like, go out, don't be afraid of the big stuff. Like, go after the people that are, 10, 20, $30 million in revenue. Like, go after the big stuff. Some of those opportunities, yes, they do take a little more time to quote and to win, and there's a little, harder work, but ultimately the process is the same. The applications are the same. The underwriting is, for the most part, the same. Obviously, there's a little bit more because they're bigger, but an opportunity like that is sometimes 10, 20, 30x the income and revenue that you get from the same amount of work from a smaller customer. So go after the bigger stuff. It is a income producing activity, going for the big stuff, and that's going to really generate and move your book along. So focus on big stuff. Tip number 9, be a professional closer, not just a salesperson. It's very easy to present the quote and just be like, hey, look how great the price is. This is the company, blah, 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 blah. These are all the bells and whistles that come with the quote. And then the actual close is just that last 10% of the call where it's like, okay, now, Mike, can we get this going for you today? We just need a bank account routing or credit card. Now you're in the close. You're asking for the actual money. Instead of just wishing and throwing stuff out there, being a good salesman and just hoping, crossing your fingers, like, please buy the product. The last 10% is that part where you say, hey, let's get this going for you. This is all we need. And then overcoming objections. So being armed and ready, because they're going to ask you, or they're going to say, I got to check with my wife. The price is too high. Let me think about it. Like, these are just super common objections. So get into the close. Don't be afraid to get bloody. And get beat up a little bit and get some no's and get people saying, let me think about it. Know your stuff. Be prepared for those opportunities, and look at them as opportunities, because as they say, if you're not getting bloody, you're not in the game. So make sure you're getting some no's. Make sure you're getting some hesitations. You need those. That's how you know you're a closer and you're in the close. Tip number 10, have great marketing. Get yourself a Kelly. Everybody needs a Kelly in their agency, or if it's just you, make sure that you're active on all social medias: LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube Shorts. Like, these are all little things that you need to be active on and have a presence, because there are studies that show that after about 7 times of seeing somebody on video, the human brain starts to build rapport with that person as if they've met them in person already. As if you're watching this video, you probably feel like you know me to a certain extent. I talk about stuff that I like to do. I like soccer. Like, I like to drink tequila. As you can see, we got some tequilas. You can see the stuff behind me. Like, these are my interests. You know who I am. You know how I talk. I'm Chris, Adelphia Insurance. You know stuff about me. So use that to your advantage. Everybody is on social media. You walk into a Starbucks and you literally see every single person just head down, staring at their phones all day. So might as well be present where everybody's attention is. And so yeah, use that to your advantage. Make sure you have good marketing in place. Photos. If you don't like being on camera and recording, take photos. Just take photos of stuff and just post. If you don't like taking photos and you just prefer to write, be posting like blog style stuff on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, whatever you got to do. Put stories up. Be active day to day. Every single day needs to have social media activity. And tip number 11, patience. It does take a long time to build any type of a meaningful and successful business. It doesn't happen overnight. I know a lot of people jump into insurance thinking it's like fast, quick money. It's not. It really does take a lot of time. Minimum 1 year to at least build up a renewal base for your business. Minimum 3 to 4 years to even see like good profits for yourself if you're trying to build something. And it can just keep going. It really depends how long you're willing to hold your breath and just be in the trenches and in the dirt before you really start to see some of the benefits. So that's the beauty of this game is patience. And whoever is going to be more patient and hold their breath longer and work harder is probably going to win at the end. That's how I ultimately see it. And I see some of the most successful people out there. They're huge agents that I know that they went through all of that and suffered for a few years for sure, to now clearly are reaping the benefits with a huge agency and most likely a great income. So patience. That's pretty much all I got. ChrisCostantini.com if you do want to do some consulting. I also do the one-on-one coaching package where I can actually help your agency get started up from scratch. That really helps expedite those first couple months, which are essentially the worst months ever in production and your agency, because nobody knows what they're doing. They're just figuring stuff out the whole time, and it's very difficult. So that's what I got to offer. If you do need it, hit me up. I'm happy to help. Also, shoot me an Instagram message. That's usually the best way to contact me. I respond the fastest. Chris the Insurance Guy, give us a follow on there, and Adelphia Insurance on Instagram. And please subscribe, ring the bell, like, and share this with somebody if you want. If you think that they need those 11 tips that are going to help them, grow their agency faster. So hopefully those help you, and we will see you at the top very soon. Peace.